It is Friday, the end of the week, and PlayStation VR2 literally drops next week. It looks like I'll be live streaming Horizon Call of the Mountain first, then Resident Evil 8 after that, and then we'll see where we go from there. But coming back to this video, I wanted to talk about 4 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to dive into today includes the new beta update 3.0 for PlayStation 5 that went live recently. Graphics upgrade 2.2 is live. Horizon gets a new trailer, and my reaction to the PlayStation VR2 reviews. First, from 1 to 10, what is your current hype level for PlayStation VR2's launch? It doesn't matter if you're getting the headset at launch or just curious to see what people think before buying it, or you're not interested at all in buying the headset but just curious to see normal people play on it. Whatever you are on this spectrum, from 1 to 10, what's your current hype level for PlayStation VR2's launch? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the PlayStation VR2 reviews and my reactions. So, there was a bunch of reviews that went live yesterday for PlayStation VR2. I haven't been able to watch all of them, but I've seen hours of opinions at this point, and they've been mainly positive. Let's go over some of the pros and cons here for PlayStation VR2. Let's start with the negatives because it's been mainly positive. Negatives for PlayStation VR2. Price seems to be the thing that people bring up, and it was honestly wild to hear. Multiple reviews, and people still bring up that you need a PlayStation 5 for PlayStation VR2, but seemingly don't put much emphasis or acknowledge that you need a high-end PC for PSVR, or that Quest 2 at its cheapest option is only $150 cheaper. It's not a very cheap device, and even then, if you want to touch PlayStation VR2 levels of fidelity, slap on another, I don't know, another $1,000 for a decent rig to run the games well. That's all I'll say on price because we can go all day on this, and I've gone back and forth with discussions about this on Twitter. Next up, no demo disc. This one I agree with. There is no Astro packed in game here. There should have been some demos to get people started. Hopefully that changes for future PlayStation VR2 buyers. I will say though, Resident Evil 8 will have a day one demo for PlayStation VR2. That's something, I guess, if somebody just wants to dive into something right away. Battery life of the controller, I've been hearing it's somewhere around 5 to 7 hours, it seems, of battery life, which honestly will be fine for most people. But of course, something like the Quest 2 uses batteries and they last weeks. But I guess it doesn't have the same level of haptics or triggers, and maybe that's the difference here. The charging bay accessory is clearly the way to go here. There is some screen door effect, but you won't notice it unless you look for it. It's way less compared to PlayStation VR 1, which is good to hear. And even on PlayStation VR 1, when you're kind of immersed in the game, you kind of forget about that. Reprojected images, which is running a game at 60 hertz and reprojecting it to 120 hertz, have ghosting effects, but it's not really noticeable unless, again, you're really looking for it. There was also some tracking issues, but they were minor and similar to other inside-out tracking solutions like Quest 2. Moving over to the positives, the displays are sharp. It's one of the most comfortable headsets out in the market. It's easy to set up. The wire isn't distracting. Cinematic mode got a lot of love. This one was surprising. This is where you're able to play flat screen games on a 120 hertz OLED sharp display in VR. Multiple reviewers love this feature. I didn't know it was going to get this much love on PlayStation VR 1. It didn't get this much attention, but clearly here it's a much better approach. Pass-through, which lets you see the real world through the headset, is very useful and sharper than something like the Quest 2, which we know just from the specs. The wide field of view is great. The system remembers your layout every time you turn it on. The haptics are high precision and immerse you really well. This was also said about the adaptive triggers. It has the brightest VR screen and more natural lighting compared to other headsets, thanks to the OLED screens. The fan on the headset for cooling helps with not getting foggy lenses, and there were some other positives as well. There's a lot there, but these are some of the highlights. Clearly the positives outweigh the negatives by a lot, and I can't wait to jump into this thing next week. Now, diving into the second story of the video, beta update 3.0. So this week we got the 3.0 update for the PS5 beta for the next major update set to release in March. I haven't noticed anything different. I'll be using my PS5 more so later today, but didn't notice much of a difference yesterday yesterday when I was using it. If you did, of course, let me know in the comments. But one positive about this is that it means we're getting closer to the public launch, so everyone can tap into these new features, especially something, of course, like Discord. I haven't gotten to try Discord properly myself because some of my friends don't have the new update for the PlayStation 5, the beta update. Of course, they could just be on Discord and I can test it out on the PlayStation 5, but it's not that full experience of having the whole group play and be on Discord at the same time. So the full public release will help with that. The public release, according to Tom Henderson, is March 8th, but considering he's been off on the dates for the beta release, announcement, and duration, let's see how it goes. Of course, following normal trends, normal patterns, March is about when it could release. But you guys let me know if you're in the beta or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the third story of the video, a new Horizon Call of the Mountain trailer. Not really a long story here. The launch trailer for Horizon Call of the Mountain dropped this morning for some reason. I don't know why. It was like at 4 a.m. or something like that. The game releases with PlayStation VR2 on Wednesday next week and has racked up a 79 on Metacritic right now, with some calling it a new benchmark for VR. I've seen some put it up there with Half-Life Alyx as well, and that's a big compliment. I'm excited, of course, to try it out for myself next week. And now diving into the final story of the video, new graphics upgrade 2.2. So on this channel, we've been covering Fidelity FX Super Resolution, or FSR, since its original launch with 1.0. For people who need a refresher or don't know, FSR allows developers to upscale games from 1440p, for example, to 4K, maintain that visual fidelity of 4K, while now freeing up resources to boost the FPS. Recently, we got the launch of FSR 2.2, and here are some of the updates. Fidelity FX FSR2 version 2.2 is a major update that significantly increases image quality in many more cases. It improves on FSR 2.1.2 in multiple ways, with the continued goal of increasing overall image quality and significantly reducing artifacts such as high velocity ghosting and shimmering. So image quality seems to be the key here, which of course is great to hear since that's the point of using it. Reducing ghost and shimmering is also a plus, of course, to get a more clear image. This tool already reached 4K level of quality, image quality, when 2.0 launched, that sometimes you can't tell the difference and other times it looks better than 4K. So it's great to see that its improvements keep on coming. Current games that I know of that support FSR on PlayStation 5 includes Forspoken, Dead Space, Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk 2077. But you guys let me know if you own any of these FSR supported PlayStation 5 games or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. As it always helps, to subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "We are days away." Whether you're getting PlayStation VR2 or not, join in my hype again because I am super excited. I can't believe this thing is just days away. If you're excited for getting one or just want to be a part of the hype, destroy the comment section with "We are days away." And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.